What's up, everyone? Welcome once again to the channel. It's your boy Luis Portelles, and today we are going to be talking about the full performance of Krishna Gravidez at the Miss World 2025 beauty pageant. It is kind of a tradition here on the channel that whenever we have one of these major events or something big happens in the world of pageantry, that we will do a commentary video and analysis of the performance of our Miss Philippines. And if you guys have been following me in this channel for quite some time, you know that Krishna is no stranger to this channel. She does have a special place in my heart as I have seen her basically evolve in the pageant scene in the Philippines since the very first time that she joined a national competition, going from Miss Universe Philippines, obtaining the title of Miss Charm, then relinquishing that and going for Miss World Philippines, winning that, and now ultimately all roads lead us to Miss World 2025. I want to highlight and celebrate the fact that Krishna ended with the title of Miss World Asia 2025, which is a huge accomplishment. And honestly, I really want to get into this performance like in details because I feel like a lot of people, myself included, were ranking Krishna somewhere between the top 20 to the top 8, and that was pretty much it. But against all odds, I mean, Krishna has managed to exceed expectations and make everyone proud. So I'm excited to get into this and just analyze it with you all. As usual, if you enjoyed this type of videos, go ahead and drop a like, be part of the conversation in the comment section down below. And if you want to support the channel and stay tuned for more content, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel as well. So I won't keep you waiting much longer because I know everyone's excited. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the full performance and let's see what Krishna had to offer. Gorgeous. That's the first thing that comes to mind. Gorgeous. Go, Krishna, work the stage. Okay, let's just go back a little bit because you already know that we only have a couple of seconds to see every single one of the girls in Miss World. You know that there were 108 delegates at Miss World, so of course, every girl gets just like a couple of seconds on stage. First thing that I'm going to say when it comes to this evening gown, I think that is beautiful, so well crafted, and we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the designer and the meaning of it in just a second. But I want to say something. I think that is very fitting for the Miss World stage, where you kind of have to go for the more royal, elegant, regal type of vibes, and not so sexy, so raunchy, so baba boom. It's all about simply being like royalty. You're like a princess. So I do think that Krishna's gown fits the vibe and the essence of the Miss World prototype. So I'm very happy with that. But if you look at her performance, right, from her walk to the way that she's moving to how much skin she is showing, I was telling this to my friend, Krishna did not compromise her essence. What I mean like that is, I mean, now Krishna is pretty much in like Miss World mode, right? She is going for that crown, she's giving her best and all of those things. But we know, if you have been following Krishna for a couple of years already in different pageants, that she is a pageant girl at heart. Krishna is a performer. She likes to walk, she likes to do the turns, she likes to do like so many different things. So I feel like, if anything, she might be a little bit restricted in trying to fit the mold on this particular stage. Now, when I said that she didn't compromise her essence, what I mean is that the gown is still pretty revealing, it's still playful, especially on the shoulder part. We have a little circle here around the bust area that is still kind of revealing. And I'm a little bit saddened that the girls had the sash in this particular moment because it kind of covers the front of the dress, which of course I did a little bit of research so that I can share with you guys. And I found out that this is a gown that is designed, of course, by Rian Fernandez. Star, just like star, magnificent, genius designer from the Philippines. I love everything that Rian Fernandez does. So I also did a little bit of research about the meaning of all of this, and it says that basically this hand embroidered tube top trumpet gown is a stunning tribute to Filipino heritage, crafted with exquisite hand embroidery in pristine white and shimmering silver for Queen Krishna Gravidez. Inspired by the radiant sun and its rays from the Philippines flag, the gown symbolizes the sovereignty, resilience, and vibrant spirit of the Filipino nation. Delicately detailed with traditional Filipino patterns and motifs, it embodies the rich culture tapestry of the Philippines while exuding regal elegance. This majestic piece not only celebrates Filipino pride but also showcases the artistry and craftsmanship that are deeply rooted in the country's history, making it a true embodiment of the Filipino identity and grace. And that, my friends, is the reason why I am a little bit sad that the girl is wearing the sash, because if you pay attention to it, the front of it with the circle, it's kind of like the symbol of the Philippines, like the rays. So it kind of has a reference to the flag and the identity of Filipino people, which is so important in just the overall message of an evening gown. Anyways, you get the point. I feel like I've been talking forever, so I'm gonna move on to the next part of the competition, which is the Indian garment fashion show. All right, there she goes. I mean, it's just a couple of seconds, so there isn't much to say. The only thing that comes to mind is like, well, she looks beautiful. It's Krishna. She's always gonna look beautiful. But also, don't you think that Krishna's vibe is a little bit ambiguous? As in, like, she could pass for, obviously, she's a Filipina. She could pass for an Indian girl. She could pass for a Latina. She's one of those girls. She's like a pageant unicorn that doesn't really matter where you put her. Krishna will always shine. She will find her spotlight. So she doesn't need to be in this particular part as well. Look at her go. Go, Krishna.
The Philippines.
Okay, so here we are moving to the placements. In fairness, this was a really, really, really strong batch at Miss World.
Oh, I feel the tension rising. Who do we think it is? Let's give it up for Philippines.
I believe this is the moment that Krishna moved on to the top two of the continent.
I am Krishna Gravidez, 24 years old, and I'm representing the Philippines. I aspire to be a civil engineer someday because it's my dream to restore our 100-year-old ancestral home. And apart from that, I also dream to become a professional singer. That is why I'm working on producing my own song, hoping to be released this year. For me, Miss World, it's to form connections, to build lasting relationships and lasting changes to your community.
To make it forward, and up first on the list is Philippines.
You can see the joy, the excitement in Krishna's face when it comes to being called into the next round, into the next round, into the next round. Because, I mean, in fairness, Miss World is one of the most unpredictable beauty pageants out there. And even if you're carrying like a heavy sash like the Philippines is, you cannot take for granted your placement. You have to be on the tip of your toes, on your A game from day one until the coronation night. And unfortunately, Miss World is a 1 month pageant. So the girls, by the end of the pageant, are exhausted. So I can imagine everything that's going through her mind at this particular point after 1 month of hard work, showing up every single day, giving your 150%, being called every single time, moving on to the next and the next and the next round. Grateful.
What a night it has been.
Okay, so I think now they're gonna get into the Q&A. Before they do so, I saw that they played a little video earlier where they're basically showing some of the journey and all of that. And I just wanted to talk quickly about Krishna's basically performance all throughout the competition when it comes to the different challenges, right? Because basically, I felt, I don't know if I was the only one who was sharing that opinion, but I felt like Krishna, for some of the challenges, she was being overlooked, although she was like a very strong competitor and she was really giving her A game, showing up for every single segment. I felt like she didn't always get the recognition that she could have gotten. Amongst her awards, we had her performance in the talent challenge where she ended up placing within the top 24. We had a placement in the multimedia challenge when she was top 20 for Asia and Oceania. I'm just gonna pause the video real quick because it's ongoing while I'm talking. What else? I'm just looking at her Wikipedia basically to see what else. I think she was in the sports challenge as well. I'm just double checking. Yes, she was top 32 in the sports challenge for Asia and Oceania. So basically, Krishna had a couple of placements. It's not like she was fully unnoticed, but for what she was delivering, I was expecting Miss World to give her a little bit more recognition. And that's one of the reasons why initially I felt like, oh my God, I think Krishna is going to be like maybe top 20, maybe top 8 if we get really, really lucky. Because again, in Miss World, the challenges are not a make or break type of deal. If you are the prototype and you embody, the beauty, the class, the royal vibes of Miss World, you still have a chance. Yeah, hopefully, I mean, luckily Krishna managed to exceed everyone's expectations and go beyond the top 20, ending up as a continental queen with Miss World Asia, period. Okay, now I think we can get into the Q&A. All right, I'm just gonna hit play.
Make some world, Asia, and Oceania. Kamusta ka mabuti?
Magandang gabi, mabuhay. Namaste, India.
Hmm.
For me, a continental winner should have a belief in interconnectedness. And throughout my stay here at Telangana, together with my sisters, I've known a more meaningful life by discovering wonderful pieces of who they are, such as Indonesia's problem-solving skills, Nepal's gentleness, Sri Lanka's strength, India's warmth, and these qualities have added depth and value to who I am. So if I have the honor to be Miss World Asia, I will lead purposefully carrying these strengths because at the end of the day, this is all about the communications and connections we make that shape us. And it is our hearts that allow us to share it to the world. Thank you.
Grabe. You guys, I get the chills, because I remember from back then, right, when Krishna was still competing on a national level, Miss Universe Philippines, Miss World Philippines, and everyone. People always had something to say about Krishna. She has always been a great performer, but then they will criticize a little bit like the communication skills. Or when she went to Miss World Philippines, she is, too much of a performer. She needs to tone it down and this and that. And to see Krishna here at this particular point, so far in the competition within the pageant of Miss World, and I mean, her delivery is so calm, it's so confident, it's so eloquent, it's so simple yet so precise, so effective. I mean, she answered that question beautifully. She was basically able to showcase literally why she would deserve to be a continental queen. I mean, she talked about different countries and mentioned the things that are highlights for those countries or the people that she has met from those countries in such a beautiful way that doesn't feel rehearsed, forced, pageant patty. I mean, you look at that smile, it says it all. So I thought this was just a brilliant moment for Krishna. And honestly, might have been the moment that it sealed the deal for her. Like, okay, she's going to get the uh, continental award. What do you call it? Like, continental winner, I guess. Let's keep watching.
Salamat. Salamat. It is indeed. Wish you the best. Thailand.
Not my face showing up. Okay. All right. So I do think this is as far as this video for the full performance goes. Based on the material that we have, I just want to highlight once again. It's such a huge accomplishment for Krishna. What she has done, she has made the Philippines proud. She has made her international fans and supporters very proud. I feel very proud. As someone who has watched her grow over the years, this is just beautiful. And I think that she will be received back home indeed as a winner, not just as a continental queen, but as a winner because she did put her best foot forward, not only in representing the country, but also gave her absolute best to fit the mold, to, deliver what the organization is looking for, while at the same time staying true to herself. I don't know. I mean, I do hope that Krishna has a fruitful reign for this upcoming year as a continental queen of Miss World. And to be quite honest, a part of me still wants to see her back on a national stage to perhaps represent the country at another international stage. Do you know what I'm talking about? Anyways, you let me know down below. How do you feel about Krishna's full performance? the Q&A, the gown, all of the things that we talked about. Thank you for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Bye.